they don't want 5 roofers or 3 roofers to come to their house, whether they're retired or not. A lot of our people are retired. They could sit there and wait, but that's not what they want to do. They don't, and they certainly don't want to take off work for 3 different roofers one day. So, you know, there's a lot of things I just said there. This is a good thing that you need to be doing if you're a roofing contractor. You need to have something on your website that gives the customer, if you think from the customer's perspective, not the way I talked bad about myself before, how I sell how I want to be sold to. That's not what you're supposed to do. You figure out your ideal customer. How do they buy? And then create your business around the way that purchasing experience. And you will convert more of those leads into actual jobs.
Yeah, and think about it in what do they value, not necessarily what do you value.
Yep.
And I am hearing a lot about that. Now I'm excited about that because I think, and again, it ties back to what we were talking about before. In this digital age that's fast and chaotic, you have people understanding the value of their time. They will pay a premium for the process as much as they will pay a premium for the goods that you're providing. So if you say, I'm going to save you the hassle of taking a day off of work to do this, but you're going to pay a little bit extra for this process, and they're like, sign me up because my time is so valuable. If I can do this quickly, I will pay a premium for that process over even some of the goods and services potentially. Now, again, I think there's very dynamic ways for, and that's why you can see in the way that we've created our software that it's primary to the process that you're able to pull your branding, your value proposition, real products, real warranties through that process so that you can build all of that value. But at the end of the day, this audience, especially currently, are probably more apt to pay a premium for your process as they are for all of that branding and that value proposition that you're creating as well.
Tesla is a great example of this. The Tesla Model Y, which I bought for my wife in 2020, is the reason why we were going to become a certified vendor. Before that, when that process stopped, I already wanted that process for my roofing company, because I was sitting, me and my wife was watching Netflix, and she built her car. We bought it in less than an hour. It was delivered. It was such an easy experience. We did not have to drive, take half a day off work to go to a dealership to sit there for them to drag it out for 3 or 4 hours. Like it's a terrible, terrible experience to do that. I don't care. But that's why dealerships are like, we guarantee you'll be in and out in less than 90 minutes. Okay. That's what they have to do now,
Yeah,
because
if you
it's
agree to
such a,
their high, if they're high,
yeah,
overshot
exactly.
price.
Exactly. So it's like, you're not giving a good experience and you're not giving a great price either. But I say all that because this is that's the number one selling car in the entire world right now, the Model Y. It's not just because of the hype of it. It's not, the quality is not even phenomenal. Like, it's not, you can buy better cars for the same price. You can buy Toyota. It's better. It's the fact that the way you buy it is so easy. It's because you don't have to go to a dealership. That is exactly the reason why people buy it. And people are not talking about that much. And it's all age groups. I know people think it's like young people. No, it is, my ideal customers buy Teslas because they value their time too. That's why I was like, oh, I need to sell roofs that way, because people that buy Teslas also buy premium roof services. And that's what we do. That's exactly what we do. That's what Roof Quote Pro does. That if you're talking about like what's different about Roof Quote Pro than the other people, that's what Roof Quote Pro is. Like, it is a much better, from a customer perspective, buying experience than any other instant estimator. There's no clip art out there. They know exactly what roof system they're getting. They can choose their color. Like, it's a way better experience. They're making a large ticket purchase. They need to see all the details. You cannot say 20 grand. Look at this clip art. Here we go. Well, that works. That's hilarious. Like, people that do not see that, like roofers that do not see that difference, do not understand that these people they're not thinking about the money that they have, that the customer's spending. I don't care if it's $10,000 or $50,000. They're going to make a big ticket purchase and they need to see everything. It needs to be an excellent experience. And that's the reason why we love Roof Quote Pro over the other people that are out there doing it. It's a big, big reason, because we want to be perceived as a premium roofing company.
Yeah, that's the all. It makes total sense. I want to circle back though, because I got to hit you with the hard questions here, Mike. I mean, this is, everything that John is saying here, obviously, it makes a lot of sense. But I still, I'm playing the role of an unconvinced roofing contractor here. Accuracy. How do I know? How can I be confident that Roof Quote Pro is going to accurately quote my jobs, and it's not going to undermine me, underbid, and then I got to go out there and explain why my final price is higher, or issues like that? Can you talk to me about accuracy and how you guys are approaching that?
Yeah, absolutely. And that is the number one responsibility on our shoulders. Like, everything beyond that is customizable to the contractor to create the experience for the consumer in the way that they feel is the best. Our measurements have to be accurate. The data that we provide to the contractor has to be accurate. And that's why we've actually added multiple things to our technology to be able to do that. So we're up to 9 different data sources that we're using in that process to make sure that we're getting the very best data possible, not just so that the number of squares are current and on the structure, the main structure, but up to 10 other structures beyond that. So we want to give you all of the information, but not just that. We are the only ones that are also doing the pitch. Again, we don't want the homeowner to have to choose, is this a low, medium, or steep pitch? They don't know. One homeowner might look at a 10, 12 and go, yeah, that looks pretty low pitch. Yet they're not roofers. They're not acclimated to the space. And generally speaking, their house is probably the only one they actually look at on the roof, right? On a daily basis. So again, we're trying to take those factors that mess up the measurements out of the hands of the consumer, because they don't know, not experienced in that. So we detect the pitch, and we now have AI detected complexity that allows a contractor to do now their waste factors, because those waste factors can vary, 10, 15%. So we're trying to give not just accurate data, but more data, so that the contractor can accurately estimate the value of that property in such a way that now the conversation with the homeowner is much easier. Because again, we got to keep going back to trust. What do homeowners trust? Well, if you walk in on a consistent basis and you're saying, well, I know your online estimate was for, 12,000, but it's going to be 18,000. Are you going to be able to sell that job? Probably not. I mean, maybe, but again, we need to make sure that that's dialed into a very real and believable number to the best of our abilities. And so not just the accuracy, but the flexibility within it as well. We're also the only one that allows you to edit those structures inside of the tool itself as well. So you can really dial it in as far as adding other structures, maybe